What's going on, Big Blue Nation? Will Turpin, UK superfan. On today's video, we're going to get into the keys to victory. If Kentucky is to get this victory on Saturday, I've laid out 5 key points here for how we're going to get that done. Before I get into it, I just want to thank everybody we've had record views on the channel this week, and I want to thank everybody for all the support. I'm so appreciative of each and every one of you, and want to welcome aboard all of our newest subscribers this week. We've also had several of those. Like I said, just want to say thank you again to everybody that's helping us make this channel grow over the last few days and weeks. And also, if you haven't hit that like button, if you could, go down below the video and hit that like button. It's one of the key ingredients to growing the channel. The more likes we get, the more YouTube sends our video out and recommends it to other people to watch. And like I said, if you feel inclined and like what we're doing, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and go on this journey with us. I'm going to be here all year long, bringing you all the latest Kentucky basketball news as we play tomorrow. It'll be a 2 p.m. tip, nationally televised game on CBS. This North Carolina team, they're sort of similar to us. They're still trying to find their way. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do. They have 2 young guards that primarily have the ball in their hands. And if you want to know all about North Carolina, just check out the video before this. I did about a 30-minute comprehensive breakdown on their roster and sort of what they like to try to do. But in this keys to victory here, we'll get right to it here. Kentucky must continue to show improvement with the ball security. Last game against Notre Dame, we saw the turnovers come down, and what that allowed Kentucky to do was basically be able to get better shots, get more shots, and then the ball movement seemed to be better, and just the overall emphasis on valuing each possession improved, and that allowed Kentucky to almost pull a great second half comeback. Now, the next key here is, this is going to be really key. North Carolina out-rebounds their opponents by about 16 a game, and that's a huge margin. And, if you let them out-rebound you by 16, you're just asking for, to give up a huge deficit right off the bat in points. You're probably looking at least 7 or 8 offensive rebounds. That's about 16 points on putbacks. And I'm not saying that North Carolina, you can stop them from getting, maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 offensive rebounds. You may not be able to. I mean, they've got 3 really athletic big men that can, really get after the rebounds. And so it's going to be a case of where Kentucky is just going to have to be competitive in this stat category. Kentucky doesn't have to out-rebound North Carolina to win this game, but they're going to have to at least be competitive in that stat. So everybody on the team is going to have to chip in and rebound the basketball. If Kentucky's able to do that, and do step 1, then they're still in the game. Now, the next thing here may surprise some people. I said, don't let the Tar Heel shooters get any confidence. And, if you look at North Carolina statistically, their 2 freshman guards are the guys that take pretty much the most shots on the team, from the field and from three-point range. And both these guys, Caleb Love and R.J. Davis, the ball's going to be in their hands. They're going to facilitate what North Carolina does, and they've got quick triggers. I mean, they like to get shots up. The problem is they've shot the ball statistically about as bad as any 2 guards in the nation have. Caleb Love, he's a 5-star recruit that comes in with a big pedigree in scoring the basketball, and R.J. Davis, he's one of the best 3-point shooters coming into this freshman class this year. So, just because they've struggled so far, don't mean that they're not trying to get that corrected. And a lot of it, from what I saw on the tape, was a lot of the same problems that have plagued UK, which is just a lack of ball movement, freshmen making freshman mistakes. You can tell that they didn't get as many summer workouts in. You can tell that they didn't get an exhibition season, and it's just freshman struggles. That's just really what it boils down to. I mean, I see them making inexperienced plays. They're also doing the same thing we're doing at the beginning of the year. Their guards are turning the ball over left and right. So, but don't let the Tar Heel shooters get confident, because R.J. Davis is capable of lighting you up for 30 points. He's that kind of an offensive player. He really is. And if you let him get his feet set, he can hit 6, 7, 8 threes on you and just change a whole ball game. So that's going to be a key. The next thing here, number 4, Terrence Clark must be a scorer and a creator. Kentucky has zero chance of winning this game if Terrence Clark isn't scoring the basketball. He's by far our biggest mismatch. Caleb Love and R.J. Davis, neither one of these guys are going to be able to keep Terrence Clark in front of them. They're just not defensively. They're just not skilled enough and experienced enough to understand how to play the position defensively. Terrence Clark can get around these guys with his amazing first step. And he's going to need to. He's going to need to be able to get around them and pull up and hit that little 12-footer. That's going to be a key. That's a shot he's going to be able to get at will, and it's going to change how North Carolina defends Kentucky. If Clark is not taking that initial first step, and it's not necessarily, he doesn't need to go in there amongst the trees. He needs to make his move, get around them, and then pull up. From 12 feet, pull up from 14 feet, maybe even that little teardrop at 8 feet, but probably don't even need to go all the way to the rim because he's not proven himself to be an elite finisher yet. But what that's going to do is that's going to draw a lot more attention on him because he's going to be the guy that can clearly beat Carolina guards off the dribble. Now, when that happens, you're going to see guys like Leaky Black and other guys, coming over from the help side. And what that's going to possibly do is leave shooters like Brandon Boston, open. Devin Askew maybe coming off the bench, and Davion Mintz, our other guard. He needs to be a creator and get those guys good looks. And if that happens, I think Kentucky's got a chance to be in this game and competitive. The last thing here on the board, number 5, probably the most important one of them all. North Carolina's got 3 beasts down underneath the basket. Garrison Brooks, 6'10", 240, senior. Armando Bacot, 6'10", 240. Just a powerhouse. But really, the one that they really need to watch out for in Kentucky really needs to be ready is Day'Ron Sharp off the bench. He's 6'11", 265-pound big man that's a skilled passer and a skilled scorer and a great rebounder. All 3 of those guys, none of them shy away from physicality. Leaky Black, their small forward, he's an elite, he's a really good defender, a really good shot blocker and rebounder, and he does a lot for them. But the key that North Carolina, when I'm talking about all 4 of those guys, they play physical. And it ain't just rebounding the basketball. They play physical with the basketball in their hands. They don't let you take it away from them. If that ball's on the floor, look for Leaky Black to be on that floor getting that ball. They play physical in all aspects of the game. And that's what he's really trying to get his guards to do. If North Carolina gets their guards synced up with the rest of their team, they've got a Final Four quality type team. But right now, neither one of these basketball teams are anywhere near the upper echelon in the nation. They're both, Kentucky and North Carolina are both trying to figure it all out. And, I've heard Roy and Cal both talk. These last 2 weeks has been really good for them. They've gotten a lot of practice time in, and they're trying to figure out what they are and who they're going to be. If I was coaching North Carolina, I'd probably slow it down. I know Roy likes to run. I've even talked with at least 3 different North Carolina fans over the last couple of days that are buddies of mine, and or acquaintances, and they would like the ball to go in the post more, and North Carolina would slow it down. But I don't know. I have no idea what Roy Williams is going to do. He typically likes to run and gun. Cal likes to get in a up tempo game. So this could be a game where neither team defends very well, and it could be a 90-85 or a 90-88 kind of game. I'd be shocked if either one of these teams blew the other one off the floor. If one team was to win by a lot, I would probably think that would probably lean more to North Carolina than it does us, just because we've had such problems scoring the ball at times. But Kentucky's been improving. We looked a lot better in that in that Notre Dame game, and so there we go. If we hold on to the ball, value our possessions, continue to improve in that area. If everybody on the team, it's a group effort. If everybody rebounds and we don't get slaughtered in the rebounding stat, we can stay in this game. As long as we don't let North Carolina shooters get hot. I even mentioned the one in the preview video that's only averaging 1 point a game. You might want to go check that video out. That has the potential to, in 15 to 16 minutes, the guy's got the kind of range that could hit for 5 or 6 3-pointers. I hope Kentucky's scouting report is up on that young man, because he can flat out shoot it. Terrence Clark, if he's scoring the basketball, if we could get an ideal stat line from Terrence Clark, I think would be about 22 points, 4 or 5 rebounds, and about 6 assists. If we could get that kind of game out of Terrence Clark, I think we're going to be in this game and possibly could win it. But North Carolina likes to play physical. If Kentucky doesn't match the physicality of North Carolina, they could win all 4 of those other categories and still lose this game. Don't let Carolina punk you out, because they can very easily do it, and they can go in there and just put you, those guys are going to play physical underneath that rim. They're going to try to go for all the rebounds. And if Roy Williams was smart, he'd probably give Day'Ron Sharpe just a few more minutes. That seems to be the consensus that I had from watching the film, and the consensus of other Tar Heel supporters. So Kentucky needs to have a plan, because this could be, national television. They could, Roy Williams is going to want to win this game. It's a big game for Carolina. They're 4-2. They don't want to be 4-3. They don't want to start out mediocre after that 14-19 debacle last year. They want to get this ship corrected, and corrected fast. And I know Coach Calipari, we're sitting here at 1-4. He's going to be trying to get a win tomorrow. Both these teams, both these coaches are going to coach their tails off tomorrow, and I expect both teams to, play their tails off tomorrow. I think it'll be a really good ball game against a couple of teams that are trying to find their way. Guys, I just want to thank all of you once again for, like I said, all the support the last few weeks. You can catch me on Twitter at the UK Superfan, and we'll be back here in a couple of days with a little recap and news and notes on this Carolina game. Like I said, it should be an exciting one. So, have your popcorn ready. Be in your seat at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Tune it in to CBS. Like I said, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. Helps us with that YouTube algorithm. Be greatly appreciated, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Y'all have a good night, and go Big Blue.